There is no way we've been created this way as men. And we actually have almost everything it takes to perform this role.
Yeah.
The bit of defender and something. So even when you die in the process of saving those ones you love, you get it? There is something beautiful about that memory.
Okay, now let's go to this. In danger, throughout time, save the women and children first. If you have time, save the older people, the older men.
Okay, well, I think you see, the society has been patriarchal. Like there's been a lot of patriarchy since time immemorial. That men are strong, men men have always been taking the fighting position. So I think the statement, on some extent, the statement is correct. In times of danger, you're going to focus on saving the men, the children, and the women. Reason being is that actually even the Bible says it, that women are the weaker vessel. You get, but a child, whether the boy child, whether a girl child, they still remain a child. The strength of a child is the strength of a child. So in times of danger, it's only logical. I don't want to really spiritualize things here, even when the Bible says it. It's not only because the Bible says it, but even from a place of logic. In times of danger, save men. Save the women first, save the kids first. Just on grounds that they tend to be a bit much weaker. Though it doesn't take away the fact that it's a very unfair statement. It's a very unfair thing. But also you imagine yourself, stuff is happening and you're the one who is running. You get my point. Like, man, the entire house is on fire. You get my point. But for you, you're taking the front line. You need to run. So there's a bit of an unfairness. You get, and I'm choosing to agree with this statement because the statement is so deep rooted within me. But when you look at it, at a fair with the normal lens, I am as soft as a woman. You get my point. I am as frail as a female. It reminds me campus days when we used to do what we call push ministry. Push ministry after fellowship, escort the girls to to their hostels and everything, and then you come back and then you pass in a very, you get my point. You pass in a kafunda, and you actually own no gun. There's a time we're doing push ministry, and I was like, you get my point. You get, so there's a point whereby that is a good thing, That is a good thing, but I think it's a stereotype that has been around with us,
That's true.
The way we look at masculinity, it's next to hardness, it's next to impossibility, next to commando over Superman or Batman. You get my point? So on one end, it's a yes, logically correct.
So the men are the LDUs of society.
But on another end, man, you need to take care of your
take care of your family.
Take care of yourself first.
Take care of yourself first.
But I was just trying to remember, guys, help me. In the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, when guys were bolting and Lot's wife was told, don't do what?
Don't look back.
Where was Lot? Was he ahead of
He was probably leading the way. Man, look at the back of my head. If it is all you see, keep looking.
So was he fleeing fast, leaving the woman
Or
behind?
do you think she was looking back for him?
Interesting.
That was a beautiful thing.
No, but
Mhm.
but you're right. It's I would struggle to even think for a moment that any man will be devoid of that protective or leadership instinct. I think it sort of comes. It's with us. In fact, if you found a man that does not seem to have a good smell for danger, a good that grit, that sort of I'll tear through it. I'll stand in it. You know, I'll tell you, there are things that now me being the me that I am, there are things that I will sometimes stick my head out for my wife. There are moments when I will, stamp my foot on the floor because I have taken a decision that I believe is in her interest, even if I have no direct involvement with it. Yeah, I mean, and that is me putting myself in harm's way sometimes, and that's because I feel that I have that, it's my responsibility, like that. And so if Olympus fell right now, man, certainly you've got to be the Superman in some way, shape or form. Yeah.
Fly without wings.
Yeah, man, I mean, if you just say, you know what, nzete mundabyeko, I'm gone with the wind. It's a bit, so that statement holds true because I mean it's obvious, I think.
You know what when you mentioned when speaking when you are responding to this, what came to my mind is you see, there is no way we've been created this way as men, and we actually have almost everything it takes to perform this role.
Yeah.
The bit of defender and something. So even when you die in the process of saving those ones you love, you get it. There is something beautiful about that memory, that he died in the process of saving his wife.
Yeah.
And actually his wife was saved. You get it? He died in the process of saving his family. You know? There was a guy during the Westgate attacks. There's a guy who had a gun, I think, and he did what he could, you know, when during that attack. There is that thing of the man. So even when you die in that, the memory is a respectable memory, it's a heroic memory, it's a fair, you get it? But the memory of having survived as the only man who was in position to make a difference. And then you didn't do anything. That thing is a bit of secret trouble. You get, yes, it's okay. You know, interestingly, your longevity is dependent on how much you take care of yourself. You know, that's why they say that cowards live long. But there is this thing, I mean, you could be a coward, but man, you just remember that, Kari. I wish, you get it? I wish I did something. I wish I did. You get my point?
Yeah.
So I think we just need to be wise to know when we are going to throw in the towel, and then to know when we are really going to be there. You know, you have to be wise. If you feel like you can do it, if you feel like you're a man and you're in position to save, please do that. But if you know that you can't, then it's fair enough to take care of yourself first. And I think it's even dependent on who are those women. You get?
Yeah. Let me just ask before we move away from this. Do men jump in to save because they're men or because it's a role for men?
When men jump in, it's not a thing you think.
It's an instinctive thing.
You do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just do it.
Like it's a funny story. I was a fairly rowdy child growing up, but I also was protective in many ways. my elder brother and I got, I remember, into many fights
Yes.
on just a single ground. I felt he was coming down hard on my younger siblings, and I felt it was my role to stick it up for them.
Oh, your elder brother.
Yeah, my elder brother. So we would go like, we would fight, literally fight.
Mm.
Like, it just came, and when I would find my younger sibling, maybe they're crying or they're complaining or they're sad, I'll ask them, what's up? If they told me, so and so has done this, whoever it was, I was going for them.
That's a good one.